Welcome back, Weather Reconnaissance Team, to another weekly Weather Recon briefing. I'm your host, Russ Parsons, and I'm thrilled to be here with you again today, Monday, November the 10th. Actually, it's Tuesday morning, my bad. Had a little bit going on yesterday evening. Wasn't able to sit down at the computer here, but we're going to get this all done this morning here on Tuesday, November the 11th. Bring you the next 7 days worth of weather here in the Great Plains states. Actually bringing you what Mother Nature has in store for us. We're coming to you live from Parsons, Kansas, where we have sunny skies this morning, Tuesday morning. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. And it's 53 degrees outside. We're going to kick some things off by reviewing the significant weather events from the past 7 days. Let's get started here. And righty, this was the scene in Rapid City, South Dakota on November 8th. I believe that was this past Friday, Saturday time frame. They had a couple inches of snow in that area in South Dakota. And also anywhere from about, let's take a look at the next slide and we will see what kind of snowfalls we had. This was the last week's severe weather events that we had. And as you see, several reports of snowfall here in southeastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, and here around Rapid City, also some snowfall. The darker triangles here are, I believe, anywhere from about 5 inches. The dark blues are 5 inches. So anywhere from about 2 to 5 inches of snow. Pretty widespread here in southeastern South Dakota. Also a little bit more up here in north central North Dakota. So already had a pretty significant snowfall event. This would have been last Friday, the 8th, and Saturday, the 9th. So that was our severe weather events from last week. We're going to jump right on in here to the hazards outlook for the next 7 days, actually Wednesday through Sunday of this week. Midweek, expecting some heavy snow here in southwestern Colorado, heavy precipitation once again out here in California areas. Got another storm system moving in out here, which will affect us here in the Central Plains, Northern Plains, on about the end of the week time period, next Sunday, Monday time periods. And we'll get into that here in a little bit more in just a few minutes. This was yesterday's surface analysis map. This is what it was supposed to look like at about 7 a.m. yesterday. Not a lot going on in the Plain States, weather-wise. Do have a warm front, North Dakota all the way down into Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. This will actually warm the temperatures back up today on Tuesday. We'll take a look at Tuesday's map. This is what it was supposed to look like this morning at 7 a.m. You do notice another cold front up here in South Dakota with the low pressure system in south central Montana. Another cold front here down through Wyoming. Not a lot of weather producing fronts or frontal boundaries or any type of boundaries at this point in time in the Plain States. So pretty calm and decent weather today on Tuesday. They are expecting some fire weather in southwestern and central Texas and the southern Texas panhandle. About a 40 to 70% chance of some critical fire weather conditions. So advisable not to burn there in western and central Texas today on Tuesday. This is a surface analysis chart for tomorrow on Wednesday, November the 12th at 7 a.m. This cold frontal boundary here, no precipitation expected along this boundary in the Plain States. It will sink down to southern Nebraska, northern Kansas. I would imagine this will be nothing more than kind of a wind shift line. You'll probably have north winds behind this front and southern winds out in front of the front. So that's probably about all that it will do for us. On Thursday, pretty much the front makes it all the way down to southern Oklahoma, and looks like a warm front from anywhere from eastern Montana all the way down to Nebraska and Kansas. So I would imagine that'll be just nothing more than another wind shift line, be southwesterly winds behind that warm front as that warm front pushes off to the east and northeast once again, and keeps us kind of in some warm weather for this time of year, which is something we're just kind of bouncing back and forth on our temperatures here lately. But that is November. We are going through some significant seasonal changes, and that is the reason for that. You see this mess out here in western United States. A lot of rainfall, a lot of snowfall and mixture of precipitation in the mountain areas here of California, and even some thunderstorms expected out here. So this is going to be a pretty good precipitation generator, this next system coming in off the west coast. On Friday of this week, November the 14th, the warm front pushes all the way back north, almost all the way through Kansas, up through Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota areas. The next weather maker that's coming off the west coast here will be this cold front with the low pressure center up in southern Canada, and another low pressure center down here at northwestern, actually the Four Corner states. Well, the Four Corners is here, but yeah, off to the north and west of Arizona be another low pressure center, but this will be our next weather maker in the Plain States. On Friday, they're also expecting some hazardous burning conditions. Not real advisable to burn here in the Texas Panhandle, northwestern Texas area on Friday of this week. Keep that in mind if you are expecting to burn this next weekend. Keep a close eye on the conditions. I know we've been having a lot of windy conditions here in southeastern Kansas over the last several days, so just keep an eye on that, and then don't burn if it's dangerous. On Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, little bit busier map here on Saturday. The surface analysis for 7 a.m. Saturday morning. The cold front makes it into western Kansas, western Texas, and all the way up into Nebraska and the rest of the northern plains up here. The light green is just some mainly showers, some showers in that area, and possibly some thunderstorms here across eastern Kansas, eastern Oklahoma, and down into central and eastern Texas. So this is something we'll kind of keep an eye on. This time is still a little bit too far out to know whether this will be any severe weather, but more than likely just some rumbles of thunder and nothing real severe at this point in time anyway. Next Sunday's outlook, low pressure center here over southeastern Kansas. The front will make it all the way out into Arkansas, Louisiana, with another little frontal boundary down here through Texas. Still some rain showers expected on Sunday for the central and southern plain states. So that's something we'll kind of keep an eye out on. Northern Minnesota looks like might have some snowfall and a mixture of snow, rain up here in this area. Something we will keep an eye on is this frontal boundary up here in southern Canada. That will likely affect our weather in the plain states into next week. San Antonio, Tuesday, today, expecting a high of 73 degrees. Looks like they'll top out at about 85 degrees on Saturday, with a low of about 59 degrees Saturday night. Expecting some showers down in San Antonio on Saturday. So it doesn't look like it'll be a complete washout on Saturday in San Antonio, but mainly some lighter showers in that area. Oklahoma City, pretty much the same thing. San Antonio, they're going to top out at about 80 degrees on Friday, and looks like they're going to dip back down to about 45 degrees on Sunday. So that frontal boundary will affect Oklahoma City on the Saturday, Sunday time frame. 40% chance of rain Saturday and Saturday night. 30% chance Sunday, up until about noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And like I said, that front will cool us down considerably from about 72 to about 60 degrees when that frontal boundary comes through on Saturday. Wichita, Kansas, pretty much about the same thing. They're going to top out about 73 degrees on Friday. The frontal boundary will come through on Saturday and Sunday in that area. 40% chance Saturday of rain, showers, mainly showers, no thunderstorms, and about 40% chance of showers on Saturday night, and then it'll continue on into Sunday morning. Not a lot of rainfall. We'll get to that map here in a little bit, the total rainfall for the next 7 days, but not a lot of rain will come out of this, but we do need a little bit more rainfall going into the wintertime. Here in Parsons, Kansas, where I currently reside, up to about 76 degrees expected Friday of this week. And then the front will drop us down to about 58 degrees on Sunday. Here in Parsons, we'll have about a 40% chance of showers Saturday during the day, 50% chance Saturday night, and a 40% chance into Sunday morning, mainly the morning time frame. But that front will definitely switch the winds around to the north and feel a little bit cooler. Here in Lincoln, Nebraska, it's almost the same type of deal, same type of setup. The frontal is going to affect pretty much everybody throughout the Great Plains states of the United States. Friday in Lincoln, they're going to top out at about 70 degrees and about 51 degrees by Sunday once that front comes through. But get out there and enjoy the rest of the week. Looks like a great week. Sunny skies, clear nights. I mean, get out there and soak up this warm weather. Do some stuff outside between now and the weekend. And looks like a great week in Lincoln. Pierre, South Dakota. They're going to top out at about 65 degrees Friday for a high. And they're going to get down to about 28 degrees on Sunday night. As that front comes through, cool them down quite a bit more up there in that area in central South Dakota. But still looking like a pretty darn good week, especially for that being that far north. Pretty decent week up there too. In North Dakota, Minot, North Dakota, yesterday, I believe they had some snow showers yesterday morning, off and on, nothing too heavy. But doesn't look like they're going to have any chances of rain by this next weekend. The front's still going to cool them down. Looks like Friday they'll get up to about 55 for North Dakota. That's probably not going to be too bad for this time of year. Jumping up to 55 on Friday and a low of about 24 on Sunday night. So the front's going to affect us all, it looks like, the next 7 days. It'll come in on Saturday morning, afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday. And but hey, look how many days we've got between now and Saturday, guys. I mean, and gals, this is going to be a pretty awesome weather week. Pretty decent. Looks pretty promising this week in the Plain States. This is the total 7-day precipitation forecast between yesterday and next Monday. This is the total precipitation that is expected along that frontal boundary as it moves off to the east and southeast on Sunday time frame. It appears here in eastern Kansas, the darker blues is about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. So I'd say probably more on the scopes of probably the 1/2 inch mark here in eastern Kansas. Get down in here to southeastern Oklahoma. They're expecting anywhere from about 3/4 of an inch up to about an inch and a half in the very southeastern corner of southeastern Oklahoma and southwestern Arkansas. So it looks like eastern Oklahoma and northeastern Texas will have right around 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rainfall, pretty widespread in that area. But that's kind of what to expect on this next Saturday and Saturday night time frames when that frontal boundary does come through. Cool down our temperatures, about a half inch to an inch of rainfall in those areas that you see in the darker blues and lighter blues. But that is your next 7-day precipitation forecast. Tropical weather. This is the Atlantic Tropical Weather Outlook for this upcoming week. Nothing out there, folks. I believe we're coming to an end of our hurricane season. I'll put these up probably for the next week or two, and just to kind of give you an idea if anything does come up, I will keep you updated, but it doesn't look real promising out there. And here in the next week or two, I'll probably do a Beyond the Weather segment and kind of describe to everybody what we had this year in hurricanes and tropical weather. Same story in the Eastern Pacific Tropical Outlook. Nothing out there for the next 7 days. Nothing predicted in the next 7 days. So looks pretty promising that our hurricane season, tropical weather season is almost over with. So just kind of wanted to bring that up. All right, this brings us to our Beyond the Forecast segment, where we take a deeper dive into a weather topic or discuss a broader trend. Today, we're going to take a look at what our November weather looks like heading into Thanksgiving week. The first notable shift in the pattern arrives around Friday and Saturday, November the 14th and 15th. Cold front begins to push eastward from the Rockies. This front will bring a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms across the central and southern plains, particularly in Kansas, Oklahoma, and parts of Texas. We're not expecting any severe weather at this time, but rain gear will probably be needed. And that's the frontal boundary. The 14th and 15th time frame, that's the frontal boundary that we've already talked about. That's what's coming up this next weekend. So kind of give you a heads up on all that. Following that front, temperatures will take a dip starting around Sunday the 16th through the 18th. Highs will drop back into the 40s and 50s, bringing us much closer to our seasonal normal temperatures. In the northern plains, North Dakota, South Dakota, and northern Nebraska, this cooler air might even lead to a mixture of rain and snow showers, though no major accumulations are expected at this time. Now, we're going to look ahead to the extended outlook covering November 19th through the 28th, crucially, the week of Thanksgiving. The start of the week, around Monday the 24th, sees a persistent cool air mass over the northern plains, while the southern plains remains mild. A second, potentially stronger weather system is forecast to move through the central U.S. around Wednesday, November 19th and 20th. Current models suggest a higher chance of heavy rain for areas like eastern Kansas and Missouri, as this system pushes moisture ahead of it. Looking at the travel days and Thanksgiving itself, right now, Thanksgiving Day, November 27th, appears mostly sunny and cool across much of the Great Plains, which is great news for travelers. Highs for cities like Denver, Omaha, and Dallas are expected to be comfortable, ranging from the high 40s in the north to the upper 60s in the south. Friday the 28th, Black Friday, we'll see increasing clouds from west to east as the next weather maker approaches the Rockies, potentially setting the stage for more rain and snow as we enter December. I am going to push play. This is a small video that I made of this particular weather model. This is the GFS weather model, as what it showed yesterday when I put all this presentation together. I can pause it here. This next storm system, as you see here over southern Kansas, eastern Oklahoma, this is Monday, November the 17th. This will be the system that we're dealing with coming up over this next weekend. It will clear out by about Monday evening. Tuesday, nothing left here over the plains. A little bit of snow up here on Wednesday the 19th area time frame. And then the next system starts coming in that following weekend. This here shows overnight on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. This is early Thursday morning time frame. See quite a bit of rainfall with some snow here on the back side of this system. This is about 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Thursday morning, November the 20th. Even some snow down here in eastern New Mexico areas, looks like. But quite a bit of rainfall predicted here on Thursday the 20th. That system there will move out by Friday. That'll be the next Friday. Let's see here. Let's replay it again. We'll go a little bit further. But it looks like the main system will be out of here probably by next Friday, the 21st. That'll be the main system before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving will be that following week. And at this point in time, I really don't see any weather makers out here, any new systems off the coast that'll be affecting us by the Thanksgiving time frame. Towards the end of that next week after the 22nd. This is the Saturday, early Saturday morning, the 22nd. So once this system gets through from about the 18th, November 18th to the 22nd time frame, which is next week, it looks like we'll have quite a bit more rain next week. This is going to be a rainmaker, possibly even some thunderstorms on the southern sections down here of this. Don't know if it'll be severe or anything at this point in time. Possibility. I mean, if we can get the moisture coming in off the Gulf and the warmer weather down here in Texas and Oklahoma, there may be some severe weather with this, but that's something we will definitely keep an eye on. We'll keep you informed here at Russ's Weather Recon. But I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on what we're looking like. I mean, we are 3 weeks away, almost 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving still. And so this could change one way or the other. But I will definitely keep you updated on what your traveling forecast looks like for Thanksgiving as all that comes and all that good stuff, and probably even do a little special presentation on that as we get a little bit closer to the Thanksgiving week. But that pretty much wraps up this week's weekly weather recon update. Thank you for tuning in, staying weather aware. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to the weather. You can always stay up to date. By following us on Facebook at Russ Weather Recon for additional resources and detailed forecasts throughout this upcoming week and into the future. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to my YouTube page, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when I go live or when I update any videos in the future. Tell your friends, tell your family, give me a follow out there, folks. I'm still trying to get this page off the ground, and appreciate everybody out there that watches. And have a great weather week, folks.